Welcome to Home Cinema and Tech Review. In this video, I'd like to answer a question from the comments. It was an, I think, important question. The question was, is it going to make a difference if you have same amount of light power with a short throw, ultra short throw, or long throw projector? Or is it going to be something good that you have the zoom range, or is it going to affect the light? I know the question is like a couple of sections. Let me explain something optically and about the lights. First of all, we all know the ultra short throw and shorter throw projectors are much more expensive than the regular throw projectors like this. There's a reason for that, because they have to use wide angle lenses, and wide angle lenses, when you have the good sharpness from corner to corner, they are much more expensive. For example, this is a 50mm lens, and this is a 1.8 lens, and it's from Canon. And as you can see, if I move it like this, maybe my camera will probably focus on it. This is kind of like a cheap lens. This is Samyang 8mm fisheye lens, and take a look at this. How different is it? It is, right? This is f3.5. It's not actually 1.8, but still this is more expensive lens because it is a wider lens. It is a fisheye lens, so it can shoot the same stuff right in front of your nose. It can get that close. So this is why this is an expensive lens. So there are also other reasons. Optically, I don't want to get too technical, but the photography will explain things. Let me just explain you the diaphragm. What is diaphragm? When you open up a James Bond movie, you see James Bond turns around and shoots at the camera, and then blood goes in. That's the diaphragm we see. Let me just show you up close. Take a look at this. This is a diaphragm, and I'm going to close it. This is a diaphragm adapter. Probably you're going to see it way better than I do. Let me just do it again. This is the diaphragm. When you open it, you got more light, but focus is difficult. Like depth of field is low, like 1.2, 1.8, maybe 0.91. When you close it like f16, f13, you got a less light, but you are more focused, so everything will be sharp. Think it about something like a magnifying glass that you can burn using the sun, burning the leaves or starting a fire. You're concentrating the light. When you close the diaphragm, when you open it up, your light is not focused. So why I'm telling you this? This is an Optoma UHD35, one of the beloved projectors that I got. Right now it says on it, I remember correctly, 1.98 lens. And when you zoom in, 2.02, which means when you zoom in, the diaphragm volume is not same. So you lose a little bit of light. But you're not going to know how much light that you're going to be probably losing on the way if the manufacturer is not telling you so. So if you can check their website, see their zoom levels and what you can get from the start, the widest angle, and when you zoom in and at the lowest angle, if you have a diaphragm difference, that means that you're going to lose the light. For example, the entry-level SLR lenses start with f3.5 and goes to f5.6, maybe sometimes zoom lenses go 6.3. That means you're going to lose 3 times amount of light. You're going to use 30-40% of the main light source when you zoom in if you have a cheap lens. So none of the projectors probably have that much of a loss. I'm not certain, but here we are. Pretty good lens, pretty high-end 4K projector considering the budget level projectors. This is 1.98 and 2.02. This is a very close range, so you don't feel, when you focus, you don't feel the light loss. You zoom in, you don't feel that much of a light loss. So what I'm getting here is, if you have a long zoom range of projector, if it's not expensive, you'll be probably losing some of the light, but it's not going to be extreme. You have to test it depending on your product. So check out the description of the web page. The one other thing is, why then these projectors are, again, like if you are 3000 ANSI lumens and if you're getting close to the TV, right? What's the difference between 3000 lumens at the back of the seat with a long throw? The difference is one has to create the image from very short distance with a very much expensive, much more expensive lens like this. The other one can do it with a regular lens like this. So the price difference is probably more focused on the LED, instead of LED power, focused on the lens. And also, if you use expensive lens, you got sharper images all around. That's why the ultra short throw good projectors and short throw projectors are much more expensive than the regular throw projectors. So if you want to get the best picture quality and the cheapest price, you have to go to a good long throw projector because their lenses are less expensive and their technology is basically similar. So you're going to get yourself a good image with a lot less money. What do you have then? Why people always talk about the ultra short throw and short throw? When you get close, you think with the same amount of light, if you get close, light will get brighter, but that is about the lumen power of the LED inside. Let me just give you an example and I will direct you to the end of this video in another tutorial of mine. What is ANSI lumen? When I say ANSI lumen, you're going to see some formula around the screen. ANSI lumen is the calculation of 9 points projected on a wall, 9 points calculated, added one to another from the same screen, 16:9 ratio, let's just call it, at a cinema screen, pure white. We calculate all the brightness levels and then make the average of it by dividing to a 9 and then just add the number of our screen size with a square meter. So if your screen size get increased, your number will be, calculated with that bigger number of screen. But if your screen size is lower, like smaller, then the equation changes with your smaller screen number, what you see in the screen. So ANSI lumen is not going to change from screen size, but the lumen really does. And what I am getting here is I'm going to give you a torch example. If I close the lights of this room or give you an example, let me just open up my smartphone and open up the torch. Let's just close the camera app and open up the torch. The torch has a power, right? A fixed power without a lens. This power is fixed. If I get it close to my hand, amount of light gets to my hand will be, let's just say, 5 points. If I go back, that will be 2 points. If I go back, that will be 1 point. So further I go, I of course lose the light, but that is without an optical issue. Like if I have optics to adjust and keep it in a same size, then there will be, in an ideal world, if you have a fixed lens, like let's just say your lens is not losing any light, diaphragm value is always fixed, this hole is always same and nothing is changing, then your light will be exactly the same. But you're going to lose some light along the way, depending on your lens's diaphragm values change over the the zoom range. So if you're wondering about, are you going to lose light with a zoom projector? Yes, you will, in a sort of little bit level. It depends, of course, the brand that you choose, the lens that you got, etc., etc. But if you have a high-end projector with good zoom capabilities, you're not going to lose the light. So focus on that. It's up to you. It's up to your budget. That's why ultra short throw projectors and short throw projectors are expensive. You're not going to be walking in front of the light with those shorter throw projectors. There are lots of advantages of short throw and ultra short throw. And there are also advantages of long throw projectors, and it's up to you. I've probably created a lot of tutorials, but in this video, I just want to explain. If the brand just believes their product quality, they will put the as you can see, numbers on the lens of their product like this. This is Optoma UHD35. I didn't see too many brands that does this similar thing, because I think they have more difference than this. This is 1.98 and 2.02. So the diaphragm difference is not too much. It's near exactly the same. So even if you focus, you're not going to lose a light. But another problem, this projector has only, as you can see, 1 to 1.1 zoom ratio. So this projector doesn't actually have a zoom. My Epson TW7000 has 1.6x zoom, which means I can shrink the image size extreme levels. Like I can project 150, and from that I can go like 75, near, not 75, maybe 85, but it's kind of like a TV size and the projector size all in one. But still, I don't feel that much of a loss. But I'm not going to calculate and make this video longer. I hope you understand the topic. It's not going to change too much of a light whether you go forward or backward with your zoom projector if you have a good projector. And the reason of expense and the cost, I believe I explained everything about it. Let me know what you think at the comment section below. If you find this video useful, if you want to learn more about the projectors, photography, optics, and cinematic visuals and stuff, ask at the comment section, because just like this video, many of the tutorials comes from your questions. Welcome to the end of this video, but I thought without a proper example stage of a video, the technical information will look like all technical, like a bubble of clouds. So I decided to give you a proper example. This is a Wambu TT, single lens, not focused one. You have to go back and forth, simple projector. Let's gets the job done. And I'm going to open, it's right now projecting that way. You're not going to see it, but I'm going to project white screen again with that, just as a light source. And I'm going to use my smartphone LED, and the camera setting is adjusting automatically, so you're going to see me. Otherwise, you're not going to see me. I will tell you the numbers, but you're not going to see the numbers in the actual visual, because camera is going to automatically compensate on the light loss. Because this studio is extremely lit. Where I put my hand, I got 1600 lux of light. This is a video and photo studio, 3 layers of walls and sound isolated setup. So normally, just start the topic to easy to explain with the smartphone. I will close the projector, every light in the studio, but on the side, the projector light is coming on. Normally, it needs to be black and 0. But since this projector is not extremely powerful and it's far away, I got 2 lux of light here. 2, only 2, that's it. I just want you to see me. So let me just put my smartphone here, close to it, like 20 centimeters. I got 160 lux. And if I go again, same distance, I got 40 lux. 150, 200. If I double it generally, 60. So I am probably less than a third of the light, just going double the distance. If I physically do that with the projector, it will be probably more explanatory. So let's go do that. I will close the LED light and I will project it from very up close, unnecessary distance. So this is, right now it's trying to focus, but it can't focus. Let me just find the remote, because it's not going to focus with the, this level. So if I hold it in the middle, my lux level is 2680. Okay, that's not ideal. That's extremely bright. 2680. Let's put the number again. It's a good number. So measure the size of the screen. This is 48 to 49 centimeters. 2600. So if I go back less than double, it was 60 centimeters. and I'm about probably 102. It's not even double, but the light is about 980. So from 6,000, 2,600 and plus to 900 plus something means we are again losing 3 times. Same with the projector. If I just measure it, triple the time, triple the distance, first distance was 60 centimeters. I will go here where I measured before. This is a 180 centimeters, okay? 180 centimeters. Triple the distance, triple the distance. Let me just stop the focus here, manually focus, and then I will hit the cancel. Yep, we got the focus right now. And I got 320. 319, 320. From 2,600 to 3,320, which means we are dividing more than 8. Okay, 8 times light loss here. So the size first was 49 centimeters, and right now it is 135. So it is about roughly 3 times bigger screen, because we have gone 3 times back, but we lost 8 times of the light. That's how it's going, like exponentially. Let's just remember the mathematics. 2, over 2, it makes 4. 2 over 3, right? 3 times 2 is 8. This is just explaining in a simple mathematics. So you're here, the light is 8. You're here, light is 4. You're here again, you're losing it again second time. So if you go further away, you're going to lose less light, because the majority of light will be again decreasing exponentially. So that way you're starting from high number to low number in a certain degree. Like first 1 or 2 meters is too important. After that, you're going to lose a little less, but still you're going to lose quite a bit of light. This is 0.45, and I made a dedicated video about this, how these things are working, and it will probably create a little bit of light source loss. Let me just show you. Even if you are in the same distance, okay, same distance, and I will measure it again, same distance, again 2,600 lux. Let me just put it in front and increase the size of this picture, and right now my light power is 1,500. From 2,600 to 1,500. I am keeping the distance same. All I am doing, expanding the picture size like this with a lens. So if I do it like this, it will be easily seeable, okay? So you're in a distant way, because of I'm doing this just because, just for you guys to understand. This is the picture that I got, and if I apply this, this is the picture that I got. So the size is increasing as the vignetting, as the image size, but I also lost the light. So I will open up the studio lights again and finish the video. By the way, I need to just show you, this is the extender that I've used. It's, let me just close. It's from Masa brand, and it is 0.45, doubling the image size. So even doubling the image size with optical element there will be a light loss on the way around the corners if you're not going to use extremely expensive. This is a $50 thing, and this can't handle it. So respect the image quality when you really see around $200 and $250 range projectors like these. Respect them, because they create quite a bit of sharp images considering their price range. They have elements, they have focus motors, and they are creating a proper sharp images. Even though they have some sort of, maybe considering the high-end market, if you go above $500 to $700 range, they might have a little less light, but definitely they create huge amount of screens with a quite sharp images. And of course, remembering the price of the lenses, that'll make sense in the total. These devices are kind of like ideal on a budget to create a home cinema setup. So what do we have learned in this video in the end? If you have a light meter, you can measure similar results with different light meters, but let me just show you mine. This is my light meter, and as you can see right now, if I do it like this, you can see how much light that I have in the studio. So lights are extremely high on this studio setup. I hope you learned something. If you learn anything, just subscribe and hit the like button, and comments will be useful. I know some videos takes longer time, but I'm not preparing any text because I don't have too much of a time to prepare in advance. I'm doing it as a hobby. After that, my studio work, my daily work, and sometimes after my family members sleep, I tend to create videos. So hope to see you in the next video, Home Cinema and Tech Review. Ask questions and I will bring it to the table, like create this sort of tutorials. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye from Home Cinema and Tech Review.